穏やかな雰囲気、とても好きです。この同点もこの同点もこの同点も同点につ安全距離確認。6308式ユニット超国産形態姿を見せ 深海のカゴ。やっこの世界もこの工場の居場所がないのかしら。あれ狂いなさい。
呪言ショック律令。
吸引テスト開始。安全距離確認。吸引テスト開始。
ショック律令。
断罪の名において。7号式の術。
呪言律令ショック。
お嬢様の
6308式ユニット。
神道の権限律令呪言。
深海のカゴ。やっはっはっ。行きましょう。無双の風。
夜の幻撃。
ショック律令ショック。
ご助力を。はっはっ。あれ狂いなさい。だーやっはっはっ。
律令ショック。来光意図美しきかな。
影の辛さ。
律令呪言ショック。
安全距離確認。深海のカゴ。だーやっそれ。やっせい。へい。超拡散系姿を見せ。
呪言律令ショック。
ご安心を。吸引テスト開始。吸引テスト開始。
夜の幻言。
呪言ショック。律令有限なるライフ。呪言ショック律令。
海のちぎりよ。はあほっはっやっごじょ。無双の風。夜の権限。
ショック律令ショック。
深海のカゴ。ほっせいはっ
神道の権限律令ショック律令。
断罪の名において。黒き翼よ昼夜をき。
ショック
安全距離確認。吸引テスト開始。
呪言直
海のちぎりよ。はっやっへいそれ
来光意図美しきかな。
夜の源源
ご安心をせいほっ行きましょう。あれ狂いなさい。やっご助力を。7号式モジュール断罪の名において
呪言律令呪言
安全距離確認。6308式ユニットちょっと予想。黒き翼よ。
有限なる来店律令直
ソーランの憩い。はっはっへいはっほっ海のちぎりよ。せいへい手強いふっはっ無双の風姿を見せよ。
呪言直
はっはっふっやっほっ夜の権限。
律令呪言振動の権限律令直律令ここで止まれば永遠は
怖いですね。深海のカゴ。はっふっ行きましょう。はっ いきましょう。に指を噛まれないか怖いか。あれ、これって鏡？しかも割れてる。この箱ってもしかして化粧箱だったのかな。ちょっとがっかりだな。何か大きな秘密が隠されてるのかと思ったのに。どこにでもある普通のベッドだな。ここって暗いし湿っぽいし。ご飯を食べるのに使うお椀だ。
いや、気づかないか。薬剤の匂いがかな。
あ、じゃあ薬を飲むためのお椀か。特に注意するようなところはなさそうだな。
記憶にささか曖昧なところがあるとはいえ、俺の潜在意識と本能がここで何かがあったとずっと囁いている。 いい。果てもなく調査したところでただ精神を疲弊させるだけだ。それに今しがた外から物音が聞こえた。
物音？
心配無用だ。ただの雑魚だろう。
やっぱり魔物だ。ラインって鼻が聞くだけじゃなくて耳もいいんだな。全然数百歳の人には見えないぜ。でもダインの常識を超えてるところはそれだけじゃないよな。とりあえず
先ほどの魔物の出現も偶然ではないはずだ。この近くには確かに奴らをおびき寄せる何かが存在して、地脈の異常か。それだけではないようだ。こうするとしよう。俺はここから少し離れ、近くの地脈に問題がないか調べてくる。時間がかかるかもしれないが、貴様たちはここで待って。
一人で行くつもりか？まさか。
くだらん邪推だ。俺はただ調査の要はあくまでこの家屋の付近にあり、誰かをここに残して観察する必要があると考え、何せ地脈の調査のようなレンジャーでもできること。
ねえ、わかったよ。ちょうどあっちに焚き火があったから美味しいものでも作ろうぜ。いってらっしゃい。お前が作る料理は相変わらず美味しいな。この料理の腕だけでお前には一生ついていけるぜ。そういえばダインのやつ、さすがに遅くないか？はあ、ここには一緒に来たのに今はオイラたち二人だけか。その別に深い意味はないけど、ちょっとだけ聞いてもいいか？オイラと一緒にいるのって退屈だったりしないよな。そんなはっきり言われるとオイラも照れちゃうぞ。だからその話してくれる気になるかわからないけど、オイラ、お前が妹さんと一緒に旅してた時のことを知りたいんだ。どんな感じだったんだ？星空？おー。オイラ、お前の気持ちはずっと分かってたぞ。オイラが必ずお前のガイドをちゃんとやり遂げてみせるからな。真相だっていつか明らかになるはずだ。よーし、今に見てろよテンリー、今に見てろよテイワット。ひひ、ごめんな、辛いことを思い出させちゃって。やっぱりお前には笑っててほしいんだ。よし、もう遅いし、お前は先に休んでていいぞ。今夜はオイラが先に見張っててやる。お前を魔物に食べさせたりしないからな。もうそんなこと言うなって。オイラだっておやすみ。安心してぐっすり寝てくれ。
おい、目を覚ませ。朝だ。 起きろ。そんな寝ぼけていてどうする今日も。目尻に涙の跡。まさか昨日血縁者の夢でも見たのか。はい、貴様はここで休んでいろ。俺は
はい。
止まれ。何をする気だ。ここは君が思っているような場所ではない。そして余計な真似もするな。さっさと立ち去れ。旅の仲間とは昨べ君のそばで見張っていた者のことか。それなら明け方に森の方へ行くのを見たぞ。それを知ってどうする。とにかくここは私が先に抑えた場所だ。私がここで何をやろうと君には関係ない。分かったらさっさと立ち去ってもらおうか。どうした。なぜどこにも行かない。はあ、呆れた。いいだろう。影から君のことを観察させてもらったが、レンジャーでも教令員のものでもなさそうだしな。だがいいか、余計な真似はするなよ。これを守れるなら好きにしていい。わかったわかった。じゃあどいてもらえるか。私たく勝手にするといい。もともとずっとごまかせるとも思ってなかったしな。入れ。ただ中に入っても驚いて騒ぐのだけはなしだ。いいな。では行こう。余計なことは聞くな。安心しろ。何せその全身は幼すぎたからな。とにかくこの子に手を出そうなんて考えるな。もし疲れや寒さのせいで休みたかったら適当に場所を見つけるといい。ん？まさか君がカーン・ルイヤのことを知っているとはな。一体何者だ。どうやって私がカーン・ルイヤ人だと分かった。神を信仰しているか、旅人よ。 どうやら君もいろいろあったようだな。よかろう。私の名はエデ。君の言う通りカーンルイヤ人だ。さっきまで態度が悪かったことは謝らせてほしい。私の知る限り七神を信仰する者以外の人間はこの世からもうほとんどいなくなっているからな。そして神の信仰者は全員敵だ。とにかくカーンルイヤの最悪が起こってから今に至るまで、こうやって君のようなものと会話ができる機会は少なかったのだ。忌まわしい不死の呪いめ。こんな生活をいつまで続けなければならないというのだ。不死の呪いはあの憎き神々がカーンルイヤ人に授けた贈り物だ。我々は故郷を失い、家族を失い、全てを失った。このまま自分の魂と肉体が摩耗していくのをただ眺めながら朽ち果てていくしかないのだ。カーンルイヤ人の定義は何もカーンルイヤの最初の血筋を引いた者だけを指しているわけではない。神に背いた者がカーンルイヤを訪れればそのまま国民として受け入れられるのだ。そのため神から不死の呪いを受けたのは罪深いものとされた血筋の最も純粋なカーンルイヤ人のみ。そして他の魔人の血筋を持った国民たちは逃亡する最中で荒野の呪いにより魔物となったんだ。私の子供だ。私生児でありカリベルトという。かつてあんなにも口にするのがはばかられたことを今になってようやく平然と言えるようになるとはな。血筋の関係で私はかつてカーンルイヤ王室の貴族だった。だが私はずっと家族に用意された生活に不満を抱いていたんだ。そんな時私は平民のとある美しい女性に出会った。彼女はモンドの血筋を持つ者で、彼女こそが私の運命の相手だと確信したよ。カリベルトが生まれてからはまさに苦難の連続だった。その全てが私の身勝手な行いのせいだ。それに私はこの子のそばにいてあげることができなかった。そしてこの子は私の目の前でヒルチャールになったのだ。本来私があげるべきものをこの子は何も受け取ることができなかった。彼女は私たちとはぐれてしまったんだ。あの時のことはあまり思い出したくない。大丈夫だ。全てを手に入れた時にこそ何かを失うことで辛い思いをするものだからな。それに対しほとんど全てを失っている時は逆にまだ失っていないものに目が行くものだ。私には少なくともカリベルトがいる。そうだった。カリベルトの様子を確認するためだけに私は戻ってきたんだった。こっちだ。先ほど君は 私がカリベルトをスメールまで連れてきた理由を聞いたが、その理由を今教えてやろう。カリベルトの必要とする薬は、あの子の知性を取り戻す薬をな。それだけでカリベルトの呪いが解けるとは期待していない。私の力では神の裁きを覆すことなど到底できないと十分だが、噂ではその薬はスメールの知恵の神の力を借りたもので、埋もれてしまった知性を呼び覚ますことができるという。それはかつて精神障害を患った者のために使われていたそうだ。それであればもしやと思ってな。カーン・ルイヤ王室の大図書館だ。そこのとある書物に記されていた。その薬は七神の力を借りる必要があるため、若い頃宮廷貴族の生活に満足できず、常に刺激を求めていたからこそ、私はあの本を読むことができたんだ。ならどうしろというのだ。何を頼ればいい。神はすでに我々に裁きを下した。今さら禁忌を気にする道理なんてないだろう。大丈夫だ。分かってくれればいい。すまない。時々自分の感情を制御できなくなるんだ。この薬を合成するには君の助けが必要だ。私のこの両手は今やもう細かな作業をするのに向いていない。この材料を君に託す。他にもスメールで育った特産が必要だ。君は持っているだろうか。確か名前はカルパラタハスとスメールローズだ。それはよかった。これは私がおかげで助かった。感謝する。おかげで感謝する。できたか、ご苦労。正直に言うと私もこのさて、ついにこの時が。いや、実はこの薬は知恵の神の力を借りることで知性を呼び覚ますことができると言ったのを。つまり今から七天神像へ礼拝に行かなければならないんだ。薬を持って早速。 心臓。私はこんなものに頭を下げな。神よ、祈りの言葉など捧げはしない。心から何かをたたえ。私の故郷はかつて貴様らに滅ぼされ、同胞たちはかの最悪に散々苦しめられた。私を長老する資格を持つのは運命、ただそれだけだ。神よ、もはやこの地の中にある罪が私とは関係がないことを証明しようとは思わない。ただ幼い不幸な子に幾ばくかの慈悲を願いたいのだ。我が息子カリベルト、世にある美しいものを何一つ見ないまま魔物になってしまった。神々の行為が全て最初から傲慢なカーン・ルイヤ人の頭を下げさせるためのものだったのなら、私はこの頭を下げよう。これまでの人生で守り抜いた全てを捨てた。ほんのわずかな奇跡であろうとも願う。カリベルトにこの世界を再び目にする機会をお願いだ。神よ。無様な姿を見せてしまったな。戻ろう。ああ。
よっ。
カリベルト、薬は完成した。早速試してみよう。カリベルト、私だ。パパだ。カリベルト、わかる？カリベルト、頼む。君が生まれた時、私はそばにいてやれなかった。君が母親と一緒に苦しんでいた時も、私は駆けつけてやることができなかった。だが今、君のパパはここにいる。長い長い年月をパパはずーっと君のそばで過ごした。一度も君から離れることなく。まだ私のことを怒っているのか、カリベルト。もう正気を取り戻したんだろう。ただ私と話したくないだけなんだよな。パパが悪かった。カリベルト、許してくれ。一言でいいから何か言ってほしい。頼むから。どうしてだ、神よ。一体これ以上何をしろというのだ。私の全てを奪った貴様らに私は頭を下げたというのに、この安い命でいいのならくれてやる。なのに貴様らは死ぬ権利すら与えてくれない。やはり信じるべきではなかったんだ。神と少しでも関わりがあるものを、この世にいる神々は一瞬たりとも人間の味方をしたことなどない。他に原因だとどういうことだ。そうか、そういった理由も。諦める？いや、 絶対に諦めるはずないだろ。カリベルトとここに50年、いや100年だって暮らしてもいい。何しろ時間は持て余すほどあるのだからな。では出発しよう。薬の鍵となるのはあの一種のキノコだ。少し面倒だがそこの畑に植えたんだ。細かいことは気にしないでくれ。その好奇心を抑え手伝ってくれるのなら、先ほど礼拝した心臓の隣に滝がある。私はもう少しカリベルトの経過を観察したい。ああ、時間になった。苦労をかけて
急がなくてもいいのよ。
あまり離れない方がいいかも。ラインとパイモンがまだ帰ってきてない。
急がなくてもいいのよ。
戻ったか。カリベルトの状態はかなり安定して、言い換えれば依然としてよし、水。ここでしばらく見張っていてくれるか。特にスメールのレンジャーを家に近づけさせないでくれ。ああ、すぐ戻ってくる。肥料は比較的。
岩山八九。
おい。おい。
かかれ。
天道、ここにあり。難攻不落。
糸よ、工作せよ。
姿を見せ。
何があった？君がいてくれて助かった。私一人ではこれほどの数の。そうだ、肥料は無事に手に入った。キノコの次はこのキノコを取ろう。先ほどと同じ手順でもう一度薬を。 ああ、いや、なんでもない。長い年月を経て、私は本当に疲れてしまった。このまま畑で横になって、永遠に眠ってしまいたい。そうだな。だから考えてみただけだ。薬の作成、ご苦労。
急がなくてもいいのよ。よし。
着いた。待った。どういうことだ。今のはカリベルトじゃないか。まずい。さっき薬を作っている時に急いで追いかけるぞ。どうやらカリベルトではないようだな。ああ、カリベルトの腕にあるスカーフはかつて私の目もいよいよなのかもしれないな。自分の息子さえも見分けがつかなくなりつつあるとは。この体はもう。確かに私たちにまるで興味がなく、頑くなに。ああ、ヒルチャールに関する情報なら大
急がなくてもいいのよ。
先ほどのヒルチャールはここに入ったようだな。なんと不気味なところだ。こんな場所前からあっただろうか。ん？ヒルチャールたちがひれ伏して何かを崇めているようだな。こんな光景見たことない。それを知るには
断罪の名において触れるわけには。
急がなくてもいいのよ。
れってワープ装置？何を動力としているんだろ
両弦の蝶。
お嬢様の仰せのままに。
捕まえた。
天道万象岩山八九。
よっ。それ。
姿を。
かかれ。急がなくてもいいの。ふっ。
もしかして今天井に立ってる？部屋がひっくり返ったのかな？それとも重力の影響？ をセットする場所を探す必要があるみたいだ。
急がなくてもいいのよ。
止まれ人間よ。汝らはこの地で運命の探求を許可されておらぬ。ほう、汝らはそれでも謁見を必要に望むか。いいだろう。ならば汝らに運命の試練。
痛がっちゃいます。
剣女盤石。
夜の権限。
どの目が出るか
メイク氷結。
おい、さよなら。よっ、あ、ヤッホー。
捕まえた。
天理チョーク。
さった
先ほどのは一体何者だ。なんと完璧な生命体だ。称賛に値する。あの身に漂う計り知れないオーラ。よくあのような存在を任すことができたものだ。君の実力は少しばかり私の想像を超えているのかもしれない。先に進むとしよう。ますます好奇心がかきたてられ、興奮が抑えられなくなってきた。
急がなくてもいいのよ。急がなくてもいいのよ。
ここが終点のようだな。
生命、なぜひれ伏す。恐怖と未知感がそれ。生命、なぜひれ伏す。私は神ではない。私在郷から生まれたまだ無垢な花よ。その開墾を一切抑える必要はない。超越せし存在となる。 授かりし運命の一切を超えてみせよ。私は時の終点で涙をこぼす。
今あれを見た瞬間、心にある感情が一斉に静まった。ああ、今はかなり気分がいい。むしろここに入ってきた時よりも。そうなのか。わかった。カリベルト、よかった。ここは変わりないようだ。私はうすうす感じているのだよ。私が心臓を礼拝したくないと強く思っていた時に、君の話によると私はどうやらあれの前でひれ伏したのだったな。もしかすると君が何を言おうと私は試してみたい。カリベルト。
パパ。
はあ、カリベルト、なんということだ。これは嘘ではなく現実なのか。まさに奇跡。見たか、効果があったぞ。カリベルトがまた喋れるようになった。
ママは？
ママはいいか、カリベルト。まずは私の
うん。パパでしょ？
救われた。カリベルト、今はどんな感じだ？
うん。長い間眠ってたような気がする。夢の中で僕の体、ねえパパ、何が起こったの？
いいか、落ち着くんだ息子よ。これはただ君が眠りについた時に、童話のこの世界にはもうカーン・ルイヤも私たちの家もない。それから赤い空も、世界の滅亡を描いたような最悪もなくなっている。君はその小さな怪獣の姿でパパと永遠に暮らすことができるんだ。
僕は死んだの？
そんなことはない。何を言っているんだ。カリベルト、ほら、君の腕にはママのスカーフが巻いてあるだろ。
そうなんだ。
そうだとも。目が覚めたばかりだからまだ混乱しているのかもしれない。ああ、そうだ。このことを何があろうとその仮面を外してはならないと覚えたかい？仮面は外してはいけないからね。
うん。パパ、僕覚えたよ。
あの日以降、今日ほど喜んだことはない。このようなことが実現するとは。七神が当てにならないことなど知っていた。まさか七天神像まで拝んで加害者。そう、奴らはいつまでも加害者なんだ。それに比べ私たちが洞窟で出会った名も知れぬ神こそ、まごうことなき偉大な神。 七神なんかとはまるで格が違う。あの神秘的な力、なんと魅力であったか。これ、ああ、そうだ。神に祈って願いが叶ったのなら、願ほどきというものをやるべきだろうか。神へ祈る時の作法はあまり心得ていなくてな。ただ今回は必ず願ほどきを行う必要があるように感じるのだ。罪人だと？まったく、何をほざいている。あの神の何を知っているのだ。あの神の力、君も見たはずだ。七神があれほどの奇跡をもたらすことができるか。あの方は七神よりも高位な神なのだろう。それを罪人というなど言語道断。まあよい。君がどう考えていようと私の敬虔な心に影響を及ぼすことはない。今すぐにでも願ほどきに行かねば。君はついてこなくとも結構だ。
断罪の名において。
難攻不落。
姿を見せよ。
急がなくてもいいのよ。
どうなっている。ありえん。こんなのありえん。ひれ伏していたヒルチュアールもいなく、前に見たのは全て幻覚だったというの。確かに あれが幻覚のはずない。幻覚でも偶然でもなく、ましてや夢でもない。行こう、旅人。あれが消失したのには必ず意味があるはずだ。いつの日か再びこの目にする機会があると。神ではなく罪人か。どういうことだ。カリベルトはどこに行った。嘘だ。カリベルト、まさか誰かがいや、ドアは破壊されていないし、周りに誰かがいた痕跡もない。まずい。カリベルトの今の姿でレンジャーや冒険者に遭遇したら。待て、誰かが物を動かした形跡がある。まさか。鏡が割れ。おそらくあの子は仮面を外した。なんということだ。親の教えを守らないとは。急いであの子を追うぞ。スカーフだ。どうやらこの先のようだ。急ごう。カリベルト、カリベルト、どこにいる。レンジャーだ。まずい。
そこの人、見ない顔ね。ここで一体何をしているの。
貴様らヒルチャールを見なかったか。こっちにヒルチャール。
先に私の質問に答えてもらいましょうか。
こちらが聞いているのだ。ヒルチャールを見なかったか。
あなた一体どうしたのよ。ヒルチャールなんてどこにでもいるでしょ。もちろん見たわよ。
ああ、ついさっきあっちで何体か倒したぞ。
貴様らオノレレンジャー、オノレ七神の民め、カリベルトの死をその命で償
あなた、外国人がそんな暴言を吐いて私たちレンジャーを挑発してるの。
レンジャーめ、よくも貴様ら。
まったく意味がわからない。ヒルチャールを数体片付
貴様ら、あの子は知性を取り戻したばかりだ。レンジャーよ、本当に少しも加減しなかったのか。
そうだよ、わけのわからないやつだな。まあ強いて言うなら俺がチームを離れて最初は俺も身構えたんだが、そいつには特に敵意がなかった。ただぼーっとしててあっちの方に行ったからほっといてやったよ。
そうだな。
ちょっと、このまま何もなしに行くの。せい。
カリベルト、カリベルト、もし何か見ていたとしても、パパが言っただろう、ここは童話の世界だと。カリベルト、どういうことだ。あの子は知性を。さあカリベルト、一緒にお家に帰ろう。一緒に帰ってくれるな。カリベルト、 違う、全て私のせいだ。こうなるともっと早く知っていれば。
何もかもが残酷すぎるよパパ。
やっと理解したぞ。おや、目が覚めたか、旅人。いや、違う。旅人という名で呼ぶ必要はなかったな。私はとっくにあなたなに、あなたのことはもともと知っていたのだ。ただ話をしながら少しずつ、それは至って普通のことだ。あなたのように高貴なお方が、それに最初私は偽名を使った。エデと、そう、私の本当の名はコロタール・アルベリヒだ。あなたも見ただろう、あの力を。カリベルトが身にまとった力は、あなたの言う罪人の力にそっくりである。そして今、私は確信した。ようやく目にできた。あなたには関係ない。罪人だ。カリベルトの運命はこうなるはずではなかった。その極限の悲しみから生まれて、あの子は運命の食器になるのだ。危険で、まさかあなたの口からそんな言葉が聞けるとはな。我々はかつて信じていた。なぜならあなたはアビスそのものを代表している。想像を超え、そしてカーン・ルイヤがアビスを掌握すれば全てを掌握できる。我々はかつてそのような未来に憧れ、しかしあなたはカーン・ルイヤの
今俺のことなんて呼んだ？
旅人、おい、旅人、旅人。
あ、目が覚めた。よかった。本当に心配したんだからな。
気を失っている間、何が、俺が付近の地脈を調べたところ、アビスの力の影響により地脈にはこの世の情報と記憶が流れている。もしや貴様、何かを見たのか。コロタール・アルベリヒのことか。奴はアビス教団を創立した後、アビスへのだが、不死の呪いは最後まで奴の肉体と精神を蝕んだ。そして100年後、奴は完全に正気を失うと、しかし、確かに奴はその手で数々の厄介事を残していった。例えば貴様たちが目にした、あの汚れた逆さ、そう言っていいだろう。でなければ彼女がアビス教団の姫になっているはずがない。
旅人、大丈夫か？その顔、一体何が。
貴 様の視点から数百年前の彼女の記憶を見るとは、やはり運命の食器という概念はあの時代に生まれ、しかもコロタールの息子であるカリベルトの当時の状態がそれに関係していた可能性が高いようだ。ただこの話を貴様の血縁者から聞いたことは一度もない。つまりその頃から彼女はすでにこの道を歩むことを決意していたというわけか。ああ、あいつもきっと長いこと一人で考えていたんだろう。いわば、なんだ。
畑？急にそんな
ここにか。ならば、
本当に怖かったぞ。お前ら、
男と女の遺骨が一人ずつ同じ場所に。気になるのは、男の遺骨の埋葬された時期が明らかに女よりも多す。これは何を意味している？貴様はなぜこの下に遺骨があると知っていた？なんだと？ありえん、こんなこと。コロタール・アルベリヒが最終的に不死の呪いを解かない限り、あらゆる情報が錯綜している。整理するにはここで別れるとし。
またどっか行っちゃうのか？
しばらくは別行動をした方がいい。
やつ？
ああ、奴の正体は大方。気が熟したら
ところで、そのやつが旅人？
もしあいつなら
そいつって
さあ、話はここまでにしよ
ダインのやつ、また行っちゃったな。どうかしたか？
ダメ。はっほっふっ。急がなくてもいいのよ。キャラバン宿駅か。初めてここに来たのっていつだったっけ？そうだ、ナヒーダの意識が博士に閉じ込められちゃった時、砂漠で救援を探すようにって。いつの間にかこんなに経ってたのか。今この平和がずっと続いて、もうナヒーダがトラブルに遭わないといいな。確かに。オイラたちってもしかしてお前の体質のせいか？
お前ってトラブル体質なんじゃないのか？おいらはお前に会うまでは全然こんなじゃなかったぞ。せいぜいクタクタに疲れた時に変な渦のせいで海の中に引きずり込まれてお前に釣り上げられた程度だな。とにかくナヒーダのためだと思ってオイラたちもそろそろ次の旅に出発しようぜ。
こんなところで会うとは思わなかったぜ。あんたら本当にいろんな場所をブラブラするのが好きなんだな。
リシアだ！っておいオイラたち別にブラブラするのが好きってわけじゃないぞ。まあいいや。それで
さっきまで砂漠でお得意さんの依頼をこなしてたのさ。遠くからあんたらを見てたが、何か真面目な話。マジか。そいつは驚いたぜ。でも今後は今日みたいに偶然顔を合わせること。そうだ、傭兵仲間たちと一緒にあんたらを送っていこうか。
いや気持ちだけ受け取っておくぜ。
そうか。この砂漠を越えていくつかの水路を渡っていけばフォンテ。それでいつ出発するつも。
待てよ、まだスメールで食べてないものが。
なら今思えばスメールが今の姿になったのも。
でもナヒーダにも挨拶していかなくていいのか？確かにな。じゃああいつを邪魔しないでおこうぜ。
それじゃあここらでお別れだ、旅人パイモン。
またなリシア。またなスメール。
急がなくてもいいのよ。
What's your name, buddy? Are you here to buy some medicine? Where are your mom and dad?
Are you lost?
No, I'm not. My name's Ayu, and I'm here because...
Hey there, Chi-Chi. Hi, Gray. What's going on?
Hi, Traveler and Paima.
You've actually come at the perfect time. This little boy seems to have gotten himself lost. I think he must be new to the city. Probably wandered away from his parents and...
No, listen to me. I'm not the one who's lost. It's my dad.
Your dad? How does a fully grown man manage to get lost in Liyue Harbor?
Well, my dad's always been kind of forgetful. In the past, he was just a little slow to react sometimes. But I'm worried that it's getting more serious.
So, what about your mom?
She went out a few days ago to gather some herbs for my dad, but she still hasn't come back. Meanwhile, my dad's been getting worse and worse. I remembered that the owner of Boo Boo Pharmacy always runs a clinic in Chingsa Village during the Lantern Rite, so I thought, why don't I take Dad to Liyue Harbor to see him there? When we got to the city gate, I took a moment to ask the Millelith guards for directions to the pharmacy. And then, when I turned back around, my dad was gone! I asked the Millelith guys to go find him, but he said they won't be able to send that many people. So then I figured, maybe I can ask some other people in the city to help.
You came to the right place. We're pros at finding people. Isn't that right, Traveler?
Changshan can help. She has a good sense of smell, like a dog.
Hey, who's talking about me behind my back?
Chengsheng, Chi-Chi meant that as a compliment. There's no need to be upset. Hello, child. You mentioned that you were looking for the owner of Boo Boo Pharmacy. How might we be of service?
You have a talking snake? Oh, are you Uncle Baiju?
Uncle Baiju?
Chengsheng, now's not the time. My dear boy, could you tell me more about your father's condition, as much as you can recall?
Yes, Dr. Baiju.
I see. And your family lives near Chingsa Village, you say? I visit patients there frequently, but I don't recall ever seeing you or your parents.
Uh-huh. My mom doesn't like meeting other people, especially during Lantern Rite. She always tells me to just stay at home and keep my dad company.
Is that so? Ayu, by any chance, is your mother's name Jiangli?
Whoa, yeah, it is! Do you know my mom, Dr. Baiju?
I certainly do. Gui, Chi-Chi, are there any pressing matters in the pharmacy at the moment? Ayu's parents are old acquaintances of mine, so I would very much like to assist with the search. Would the two of you have time to join me?
Don't forget us two. We already told Ayu that we'd help.
Oh, really? Well, that's wonderful. We are most grateful for your support.
Chi-Chi and I need to clear up the shop front first, but once that's taken care of, we'll be right out to help you with the search.
Family is very important.
Thank you. Then I'll leave you to handle the pharmacy. Traveler, Paimon, why don't you come with me and Ayu? Let's start by talking to the Millelith guards at the city gates, see if they have an up.
They searched to the north, but couldn't find anyone who matched the description.
Well, that complicates things. The city folks say there's no sign of him either. We need to start looking further afield. But...
Excuse me, sirs. Have you found out anything about my dad yet?
Ah, hey there, buddy. Dr. Baiju. What brings you out this way?
The boy asked for our help, so we're here to join the search. Any new developments to update us on?
Oh, thank goodness. We were just discussing how we're running out of manpower. As for updates... I'm sorry to say that we've searched the surrounding area thoroughly, but didn't find anything.
The guards at the crossing up ahead said they hadn't seen anyone either, so we don't believe he was heading towards the Guili Plains. But it is possible that he was bound for Luhua Pool.
Luhua Pool? The terrain there can be tricky to navigate. Let's hope he hasn't run into any trouble.
You will? Oh, great. We can't thank you enough.
Sorry we weren't able to find your dad, buddy.
That's okay. Thank you for trying. Dad! Dad, can you hear me?
There's some... Oh no! It's... Hey, you! Stop! Don't go any further!
Watch where you're going! Dear customer, Wangsheng Funeral Parlor does appreciate your patronage, but you needn't hasten the inevitable. Are you all right? Huh? Dad!
Hey, Hu Tao!
My, who do we have here? It's the Traveler in Paimon, and... my worst nightmare.
I see she still hasn't warmed to you.
Thank you, Director Hu, for saving this man.
Dad, are you okay? Do you recognize me? It's me, Ayu.
You're... Are you? Who am I?
Your name is Jia Liang, and you live just west of Qingse Village. You were supposed to come to Liyue Harbor to see the doctor. Remember? Does that jog your memory?
Oh, my name is Jia Liang. Liyue Harbor. See the doctor?
Uh-oh. He seems in really bad shape. We need to get him back to Boo Boo Pharmacy right away. Sorry, Hu Tao. Gotta dash. Dinner's on us next time.
Hold on a second. You're not seriously thinking of taking him to Boo Boo Pharmacy in this state, are you?
Huh? Why not? What's the problem?
Come on, Baizhu. Don't tell me you haven't noticed it. Didn't your master teach you how to spot the signs? Why do I get the sense that you spotted them right away, but you're planning to use it for your own ends?
Use what? What are you talking about? Paimon's lost.
There are traces of god remains in Jia Liang's system.
Yes, but more importantly, they're on the verge of an outburst. If that happens, the consequences will be unthinkable.
Paimon, sorry. What?
God remains?
There's no need to worry, Director Hu. I have methods of keeping them at bay. It is the sworn duty of all who practice medicine to cure illnesses and save lives. What reason would I have to neglect a patient in need who is right there in front of me? Besides, it was my late master's dying wish to be able to save this patient in particular. Perhaps out of respect for him, you could give me a day's grace so that I have time to treat him?
Now you're bringing my great-uncle into this? Baizhu, just what are you planning this time?
Merely to cure this man, nothing more. But of course, if you have any doubt as to my intentions, you are more than welcome to accompany me to Boo Boo Pharmacy and monitor my activities.
Oh, really? I thought I was persona non grata at Boo Boo Pharmacy. You're being unusually generous today. Okay, deal. We're not gonna solve anything by keeping Jialiang here. I'm happy to do it your way, but only for my great uncle's sake and the travelers, of course.
You must be pleased you brought the traveler along. Otherwise, this would have been a much more vexing ordeal.
Well, time is of the essence. Let's get ourselves back to Boo Boo Pharmacy at once. Blockages within the cardiovascular system, reduced blood flow and energy circulation? I see. I suppose this must have caused the cognitive abnormalities.
Dr. Baizhu, how bad is it? Can you cure him?
Don't you worry. Baiju's a really great doctor. He's sure to find a way. Isn't that right, Baizhu?
Ayu, do you know when your father first started displaying these symptoms?
I'm not sure. He's been like this for as long as I can remember. But it wasn't as bad as this when I was still little.
So it's been a long time indeed. No, I have a treatment plan in mind. We can start tonight. Come and see me again tomorrow morning. I promise that by then, Ayu will find his father healthy and lucid again.
Thank you, Dr. Baizhu. Thank you so much.
If you still have any misgivings, Director Hu, please feel free to hang around for as long as you wish.
However, it would be best if you step outside this room. A doctor must be able to focus when treating a patient. Any distractions heighten the risk of complications.
Yes, of course, absolutely. I'll just go and look at the flowers or something. But I will be back in an instant at the first sign that something's amiss.
See you tomorrow, Baizhu and Chung Chung.
Bye for now, everyone.
Are you ready, Baizhu?
Ready as I'll ever be. I'm used to it by now. Come on, let's get started.
All's well that ends well, huh? You know, Paimon's kind of curious after hearing Baizhu mention those people from his past. What do you think they were like? Yeah, you must be curious too, right? Let's go see what we can find out while Baiju's busy treating Ayu's dad.
While I'm idling time on admiring the scenery, the spectacled snake-bedecked doc's doing surgery. Hello, you busy bees, and what do you have to discuss with the funeral director today? Actually, don't tell me. Let me guess. From the looks on your faces, you've got some questions for me.
Guilty as charged. So, we were just a little curious about Baiju's master. What was he like? Oh, and also, how come you and Baizhu could tell so quickly that Jia Liang had god remains in his system?
Huh? I thought I told you once before. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was first founded to fight back against the vengeful wrath of gods defeated in war. Well, it is a dusty old tale by this point. Long story short, in the ancient world, dead gods were acting up, so our ancestors started purifying the air and burning the bodies of the deceased to guard the border between life and death. These days, we don't deal with the wrath of the gods anymore, but all the relevant know-how is still passed down to each generation, so we can identify gods' remains when we see them.
Okay, Paimon gets it now.
Wait, so how did Baiju learn to spot them?
Almost certainly from his master, who was also my great-uncle. Baiju's master was my grandpa's younger brother, a former deputy director of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Wow, fancy that! Huh. So, if he was from Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, how did he end up as Baiju's master?
According to my grandpa, he and my great-uncle once went traveling together when they were young. They ended up at Chenyu Vale, where they met a pharmacist. That pharmacist must have cast some sort of spell on my great-uncle, because after that encounter, he suddenly announced he wanted to leave the family business and go practice medicine instead. My grandpa had a huge argument with him, but he couldn't convince him to stay. So my grandpa inherited the funeral parlor, while my great-uncle stayed in Chenyu Vale to practice medicine. They never spoke to each other again.
Funeral director to doctor is a pretty big career change. Kinda hard to imagine. But why did it drive a wedge between them for the rest of their lives?
If he had just become a regular doctor, there would have been no issue. After all, the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor wasn't unlike a regular doctor's clinic in the early days. But according to my grandpa, the pharmacist they met had a very ominous aura about him. And on top of that, the kind of medicine practiced in the Chenyu Vale tradition goes against the natural order of things.
In what way?
Don't know. My grandpa didn't know the specifics, and you've seen how wary Baiju is around me. He'd never tell me anything. But even that says to me that he definitely has something to hide. One thing I do know about Baiju is that he's obsessed with the idea of immortality, but whether that has anything to do with what he's hiding is hard to say. Anyway, so I will be sticking around here for now to keep a close eye on the situation. Maybe tomorrow I'll finally figure out what he's up to.
After all that, it seems like we have more questions than answers. Never mind. We'll just have to ask Baiju himself about all of this tomorrow.
Oh, while you're here, have either of you seen... It's not every day I get to infiltrate Baiju's lair, but alas, I didn't catch a single glimpse of her anywhere. Aha! What if Baiju knew I'd be on the lookout for her and hid her away?
It's a new day!
Dad!
Oh,
Dad, you remember me!
yes. I remember now. Oh, I'm so sorry. You must have been worried sick. Has your mom shown up yet? She's been gone for a while, hasn't she?
Don't worry, Dad. I got the Adventurers Guild to help us look for her. And Dr. Baiju's gonna help too. Right now, all you need to do is concentrate on getting better.
Great. That's wonderful. I can't thank you enough, Dr. Baiju.
My pleasure, really. It's the least I can do to honor my late master's dying wish. If anything, I should be apologizing to you for not making the time to visit in all these years.
Not at all, Dr. Baiju. It's only because Jiang Li... What was her reason again?
You're still in the early stages of recovery, so you'll need to take it easy for a while. Take it slowly and try not to overexert yourself.
I suggest you stay at Boo Boo Pharmacy and rest for at least the next few days.
Director Hu, do you have any further reservations about Jia Liang's condition?
It seems like the evil presence is gone after all. You really did manage to suppress it, huh? But how did you accomplish this in a single night?
That would be a trade secret, I'm afraid. If that gives you any cause for concern, you may continue to monitor Jia Liang for as long as you wish. Though I regret to say that Boo Boo Pharmacy cannot offer to reimburse Wang Sheng Funeral Parlor for any revenue lost in the meantime.
Oh, come on, Baiju. I'm not that unreasonable.
I've been stuck indoors for too long. Baiju, take me outside for some air.
Yes, of course. Everyone, please excuse Changsheng and myself for a moment.
Suffering now, are we? Did you seriously expect to cover it up just by putting on a brave face and ignoring it? If it weren't for my quick thinking, they'd have all seen the sorry state you're in by now. But in any case, why must you keep this a secret from everybody? You should at least share your secret with one person you trust.
Who's there? Why did you follow us here? Oh, it's nothing. I just needed to get some air.
What did I just say about putting on a brave face? Traveler, Paimon, the truth is, Baiju did not cure Jialiang's illness. Instead, he transferred some of his own life force to his patient to temporarily subdue the poison in his system.
Baiju, can you please explain all of this?
My predecessors in medicine forged a contract with Changsheng. Every successor to this contract is able to use Changsheng's secret art to treat patients. I believe the irregularities with Jia Liang's heart meridian were likely caused by a poison concocted using god remains as a key ingredient. The poison has not been purged from Jia Liang's system. Rather, I infused him with some of my own life force, using Changsheng as the delivery medium. This will suppress the poison's effects for a limited time.
Changsheng? You can do that? Huh. Paimon always thought you were just Baiju's strange choice of a necklace.
Hey, I'll have you know that I commanded the respect of even the Adepti back in Chenyu Vale. If anything, he is my mannequin. I was treating patients with Baiju's master's master long before he ever set eyes on his first medical text.
Whoa. Guess you shouldn't judge a snake by its skin.
Please, that's enough.
Wait a sec. Huto was saying that the branch of medicine you studied uses some pretty dubious methods. So, when you transfer your life force, does that mean you're actually damaging your own body?
Hardly. Changsheng helps to keep my chi in balance, so there is no great harm done.
Still, Baiju's life force is not unlimited. We must find a way to neutralize the poison in Jialiang's body. And soon, Traveler, Paimon, would you lend this dummy a hand? He needs someone checking up on him, or he'll exhaust himself trying to accomplish everything on his own. Baiju, don't you think you should seize this opportunity? You cannot expect to hide this from everyone for your entire life. Time will see that all secrets surface eventually.
Entire life. Thank you, Traveler and Paimon.
Huh. Paimon doesn't think we've seen this side of you. But there's no need to thank us. You've helped us out before.
The poison in Jialiang's system must have accumulated over a prolonged period. I think I should pay a visit to their family home and look for clues as to how he might have been exposed to it. Yes, I asked Ayu this morning before you arrived. He told me that his family lives in a secluded spot to the west of Qingsa village. Let's head there together once I've asked Gui and Qiqi to look after the pharmacy. As well as investigating Jialiang's exposure to the poison, we should also keep an eye out for Ayu's missing mother, my fellow disciple Jiang Li.
Take it easy.
Whoa! There's a house all the way out here? Huh. It's so well hidden, Paimon's never noticed it before.
Nor have I. And I've hosted clinics at Qingsa village many times in the past. If you ask me, Jiang Li was trying to remain unnoticed.
Oh, that reminds Paimon. We meant to ask earlier, but it slipped our minds in the rush to get here. Could you tell us more about Jiang Li? You said she was your fellow disciple, right?
She was indeed. We studied medicine together under the same master near Chenyu Vale. She is several years older than I and also began her travels far earlier than me. As a result, the time I spent studying alongside her was rather short.
Supposedly, she met an herb gatherer sometime during her travels and decided to settle down with him. That must have been Jialiang.
Wait, Changxiang, are you saying neither of you had actually met Jialiang or Ayu before all of this?
Jiang Li did occasionally come back to Chenyu Vale to see our master, but for whatever reason, she hardly ever talked about her family. The last time she visited us, she and master had some sort of quarrel. We never heard from her after that. It almost seemed as if she'd gone into hiding.
Quarrel? What happened?
I don't know. I did not witness the argument myself.
Nor did master ever explain it to me. All he would say is that
Oh, so that's why you went to such extreme lengths to help Jialiang.
no. Even if my master had never said anything, it would still be my duty as a doctor to help him. My decision would have remained the same.
Paimon never knew you were so selfless, Baiju. Paimon always had you down as the sneaky, scheming type. Sorry.
So a few words from me is enough to dispel all your suspicions? You ought not be quite so quick to relax your guard, Paimon. Sometimes even the good guys have their own private agenda.
What the? Okay, that was the most suspicious sounding thing you've ever said.
Let's leave the idle chatter there for now. Let's split up. But if anyone finds anything, we'll examine it together.
Traveler, Paimon, come quick!
Chung and I found a hidden compartment. This is what was hidden inside.
You sense it too? You're right. This is a poison concocted using god remains. Is it? Breathing? Paimon's not seeing things, is she?
No, your eyes do not deceive you. I do believe the poison in this bottle is... Some toxins act a lot like living organisms. I read about this once in The Origins and Symptoms of Diseases. This ancient class of poisons consists of mother and minor loads, capable of sustaining a connection over vast distances. If it's a concoction of this kind we're dealing with, then both the poison in Jialiang's system and this one here are likely minor loads, offshoots essentially.
Offshoots? So, the main body is somewhere else?
Correct. Whoever is administering the poison can manipulate the source to indirectly control the poisoned individual's behavior and even cognition. Similarly, the poisoned individual will hear, to a varying extent, the call of the source.
The call of the... Wait, so back when Jia Liang ran off, maybe that explains where he was heading!
Only one thing could have been drawing him there. The source of the god remains used as the poison's key ingredient, the mother lode.
Ugh, this is getting crazier and crazier. What kind of person would do all this just to poison Jia Liang? Hey, why has everyone gone quiet all of a sudden?
Since this poison was carefully hidden away in a secret compartment, the one who concocted it is likely a resident of the house.
You mean Jia Liang? Why would he poison himself?
Think a little harder, Paimon. Someone else who lives here, and who might have expertise in crafting drugs.
Huh? So you're saying... it was Jiang Li? Wait, but that doesn't make any sense either! Why would she poison her own husband?
I agree. It makes little sense. Jiang Li does not strike me as the kind of person who would do such a thing.
Look at the facts, though. How many people in the entirety of Liyue have the ability to concoct a poison from god remains?
It's too early to draw any conclusions. We should question Jia Liang about it once he has made more progress in his recovery. Yes. According to the origins and symptoms of diseases, the minor lodes will disappear if the mother lode is purged. So if we can find and destroy the source of these god remains, the poison will leave Jia Liang's system without the need for any further treatment. Do you know anything about god remains in Qingsa village?
Even the history books have no record of this. The only ones who'll know anything are those old fogies who have been hanging around here since the beginning of time.
Didn't you used to be on good terms with the Adepti, though? You sure they didn't tell you anything about this?
Well,
Changsheng's memories and powers are not what they were in her prime. These days, she has to enter a contract with a mortal and share their life force just to sustain her own life. I fear that such ancient events are long gone from her memory by now.
Whoa, what? Enter a contract? Share life force? Sounds like some pretty spooky sorcery if you ask Paimon.
Hey! Plenty of people would jump at the chance to join forces with a powerful being like me. With my assistance in rebalancing your chi, not only can you extend your lifespan, but you will also be stronger, healthier, and able to eat whatever you like with no risk of upsetting your stomach.
Stronger and healthier? Wow, that's amazing! Baizhu, maybe when you retire, you can let Paimon sign a contract with Changsheng for a few days.
Unfortunately, Changsheng's contract has strict requirements regarding the host's temperament. None of her hosts have ever been exempted from these rules. I fear that I will be unable to accommodate your wishes, Paimon.
Temperament? Hey! What are you trying to say? Did you just subtly insult Paimon to her face? Ugh! Paimon's mad! You're getting ugly nicknames, both of you! Baizhu, you're Mannequin Man! Changsheng, you're just a pain in the neck!
This is exactly why your natural temperament makes you woefully unsuited to being my host.
All right, everybody, calm down. Back to the matter at hand. Is there any way at all for us to seek counsel from the Adepti about this?
With how antisocial they are? If it were up to them, they'd go their whole lives without showing their faces to the common folk. What?
Seems you're as well connected as they say, traveler. We are truly fortunate to have you on our side.
Oh, if you're talking about who Paimon thinks you're talking about, you better do the honors.
You called?
Ugh, gets Paimon every time. Ugh. Are all Adepti in the habit of materializing out of thin air like this?
Well, this is unexpected.
Huh? It's you.
Baiju of Bubu Pharmacy. I do believe I've had the pleasure before. The Lantern Rite, when we met briefly, I was unaware of your true identity. I must apologize for the discourtesy.
Huh? You two already know each other?
Our paths have crossed once before. I sense the presence of evil spirits. Is this why you called me? So someone has been concocting demonic poison. Too often, fervent desires drive mortals to abandon all regard for their own safety. It is lamentable. I now know what you seek. It is true that a god's remains are buried beneath the foundations of Chinxa village. A vile monster known as the Ch once wrought havoc over this land, before it was subdued by Rex Lapis. The land was finally cleansed of poison when Rex Lapis used statues in his likeness to seal the serpent's remains. Chinxa village was founded some time after that. The seal is still mostly intact. If the Ch is the source, then it must be some of its blood leaking from deep underground. However, its aura is faint and barely detectable. You will need to investigate further to identify the location of the leak. I do not like to intervene against mortals unless absolutely necessary, but when demonic forces are involved, things can spiral out of control. If that happens, be sure to call my name again. Nothing. I do not wish to sway decisions that are mortals to make, but immortality may not be the blessing that you imagine it to be.
I shall treasure your words of instruction, Master Adeptus.
Farewell.
What a strange Adeptus. Rather different from the way I remember them. That's Shell for ya! And thanks to him, we finally got some concrete info to go off of.
If the god remains are leaking from underground, Jiangli must be paying a visit to a subterranean cave on her herb-gathering trips.
Master, there's a problem.
Gwei? Did you run all the way from Bubu Pharmacy?
What happened? Don't panic. Just
It's Jiaoliang. He was fine one minute, and then he suddenly took a...
Already? Based on past experience, he should have been fine.
It seems that my worst fears have been confirmed. Everyone, back to Bubu Pharmacy now!
Dad, what's wrong? Dad?
Don't be scared. Dr. Baishu will be back soon.
How is he doing?
Dr. Baiju, you're back! My dad was doing fine earlier, but then he suddenly started coughing up blood. Now he can't even get a full word out anymore.
When Gui left, he was still conscious. But now...
Gui, please take Jialiang to the back room and prepare for treatment.
Yes, of course.
Don't worry, Ayu. I will cure your father.
Baiju's not gonna use Changsheng's secret art again, is he?
How are you feeling, Dad? Are you still hurting anywhere?
Much better, Ayu. I'm feeling much better. In fact, I can't explain it, but somehow I feel even better than usual. Wait, where's Dr. Baiju? I still haven't had a chance to thank him.
Master said he needed to take a quick rest and asked me to bring you out of the treatment room. He hasn't emerged yet, so he must still be resting.
Oh, really? Well, he must be tired from treating me for 2 nights in a row. I don't know how I can begin to repay him for saving my life. I'll have to discuss it properly with Jiang Li once we find her. Speaking of which,
No, the Adventurers Guild hasn't gotten back to me yet.
I'll come with...
Don't forget what Master said. You're still not out of the woods yet, Jialiang. I strongly suggest that...
Though, on the bright side, this means I can thank Dr.
Traveler, Baiju hasn't shown his face ever since he went in to treat Jiao... Huh? You're finally awake? That was far too risky, even with me here to help you balance your chi.
There was no time. I had no other choice. In any case, it was not completely without benefit to myself. I managed to learn something. Jiang Li's design is quite brilliant. She makes numerous innovations that I can learn from. Alas, if only there wasn't a catch.
So, how much longer do you think Baiju's gonna nap for? They've been outside waiting for you the whole time while you were asleep. Shall we at least go and show our faces?
All right.
Surely he hasn't. There's no way he could. Who's talking behind our backs again? Ah! Baiju! Changsheng!
Of course. There's no need to be concerned. I merely had to transfer a rather large amount of life force on this occasion.
Jialiang seemed fine yesterday. Why did he need more life-saving treatment again so soon?
I made an error in my initial diagnosis. Jialiang is in fact suffering from more than one ailment, and as a result, his life force depleted at a greater rate than I had anticipated.
What? You mean, even if you got all the poison out of him, he'd still be sick?
Yes. But more pertinently, the poison in Jialiang's system is there precisely because it is being used to manage his underlying medical condition. Jialiang has a rare congenital heart condition, and ongoing treatment is essential to maintaining healthy functioning of his heart meridian. Left untreated, it puts the patient at risk of coughing up blood and fainting, and in the longer term, causes irreversible damage to the internal organs. Though it was created from god remains, this formula is not a poison in Jialiang's case. Rather, it's his medication.
Had he not taken it all these years, he likely would have died a long time ago.
Still, using poison to treat a disease is hardly a viable long-term solution. As time passed, and the poison accumulated in his system, it began to impact his cognition. Moreover, the longer he relied upon this medicine, the more resistant his body became to it. Jiang Li had to concoct ever greater quantities to ensure its continued efficacy, or he could have still perished at any moment.
That explains why Ayu said his dad has been getting worse, and why his mom went off to gather herbs.
God remains are extremely dangerous to be around, because humans have no natural defense against them. I shudder to think how many times Jiang Li has exposed herself to them. I fear that the situation is just as that Adeptus described. In an effort to save Jia Liang's life, Jiang Li has abandoned all regard for her own safety.
I never suspected that even Jiang Li would turn to the same path as so many others over the years. Perhaps this is the inevitable course of fate. To sacrifice one's own life to save others. To go beyond human means in order to do the impossible. Whatever the cost may be.
Well, I think that it's too early to say with any certainty what fate has in mind. In any case, I have stabilized Jia Liang's condition for now, so our immediate priority should be to get ourselves back to Qingsa village and find out where her regular exposure to God remains over such a long period will have been catastrophic for her health. And given that she's already been missing for several days, I am fearing the worst.
It's me, Traveler, Dr. Baiju.
It's Jiao Liang! Don't tell Paimon you overheard everything already.
Dr. Baiju, please let me come with you. You've already done so much for my family. I can no longer just sit here and watch while you put yourself at risk for Jiang Li's sake. After all, if it wasn't for me, she wouldn't have had to put herself in harm's way in the first place. I know I won't be of much help in battle, but at the very least, I can show you the way. I'm sure I'll be able to remember. I know there's a spot where she says goodbye to me every time she goes to gather her herbs. I'm sure I'll remember.
Be careful. If you get too agitated, your blood pressure and stress levels will rise, putting further pressure on your heart. For your own safety, you should stay here and rest.
No! We're out of time! We have to go now, before I forget everything again.
This trip will be extremely dangerous, and there is a very real possibility that you will not return from it. Are you sure you're prepared?
I never expected to live this long in the first place. My death is already long overdue. So why should I fear it? There's only one thing I fear now, and that's that I'll forget her again before we manage to find her.
Very well. Then follow me.
Dr. Baiju, are you heading out again?
Yes. This could be a long one. Could you please prepare a dose of the usual formula? Please add an extra measure of mistgrass pollen and 1 dose each of the ingredients from the 3rd and 5th compartments of my medicine cabinet. I hope it works.
Dr. Baiju, do you mean...
Hop to it now. And remember to be careful with the cauldron this time. You don't want to burn yourself again.
Okay.
Take it easy.
That strange feeling is back. It's just like the day I went missing. It's as if something inside me is trying to guide me somewhere.
The Motherlode's influence is growing stronger. But is it because we're getting closer to the source? Or because the leakage of Che blood is growing more severe? Jialiang, can you sense which direction the source is in?
I think it's this way. Yes, I'm sure of it. I feel a dull ache in my heart. This must be the way. This place feels familiar. I think I've been here before.
There is an inauspicious presence here. Even I can sense it.
I think I remember this place.
Jialiang, are you okay?
No, I have to keep going.
This place gives Paimon the creeps. The digging marks here appear amateur. And a thieves' tunnel? Paimon has heard rumors.
Judging by the tools they left behind, but why did they abandon this place without even stopping to pack up their tools?
I remember now. She took me here once and told me that she'd found a way to save me in this cave. But she said that the method would cause me to,
Easy, Jialiang. Come on.
The doctor will see you now.
Mind the side effects.
Shadow Raven! Whoa, there's a sensor here. Those treasure hoarders sure made themselves at home.
I believe this sensor was used to burn a monster-repelling incense.
A monster repelling incense? You sure? 'Cause we did run into that group of monsters just now.
The incense was burned several days ago. If I had to guess, the monsters we fought just now were enticed here by some entity deeper inside the cave. No doubt an encounter with the very same entity was what prompted the treasure hoarders to flee and abandon their designs on this cave. After them, Jiang Li was the next person to discover this place and what lies inside. But to her, it presented an opportunity to save Jia Liang's life, albeit as a last resort.
That's right. This sensor, it belongs to Zhongli. Yes, this was the place. This is where I told Zhongli to give me the poison.
Jiao
I'm fine. Let's keep going. I can feel it. I can feel it. We're getting close. We're almost there. It's right up ahead. The place where we made a pact together to...
Aha! We can keep going now!
From the looks of it, the energy released by this mechanism can not only clear barriers, but also be conducted by corresponding mechanisms. Perhaps it's something we can make use of.
Crumble!
By royal decree!
Cross over!
Quietly now. Take it easy.
Doesn't see any barrier-breaking mechanisms around here. There are tracks here, and it looks like they're connected to something. Shall we follow it and see where it takes us?
Take it easy.
The doctor will see you now.
Jiangli!
Look out! There's a monster next to her!
The god remains must have lured them here. Watch my back.
Dr. Baiju, how serious is it?
I can still feel a pulse, but her condition is quite grave. The god remains here are encroaching on her cognition, much as the poison in your system did to you. If we don't eliminate it soon, then even if we save her life, I fear that she may never wake up again.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's destroy the remains right away! It's not as simple as that. Don't you remember what Baiju said? The poison within Jialiang's body is inextricably linked to the god remains here. If the source is purged, the poison in his system will stop having any effect. And the poison within Jialiang's body is keeping his heart condition under control. So, if it stops working... Oh no. Are you saying...
Indeed. If the god remains here are purged, then your life will come to an end.
I wondered when this day might come.
Wait! But we've all been working our butts off to save Jialiang's life! After all that, we can't just give up on him! Baiju, you're a great doctor! Surely you gotta know of some other way we can save him, right?
You could continue to take the poison, which would buy you some time. As for Jiangli, maybe if we put our heads together, we can think of something?
It appears to me that she was striving to concoct her medicine for you, right up until the moment when she lost consciousness. Maybe it's her greatest wish that you will continue to take it and live.
Dr. Baiju, give it to me straight. How long does Jiangli have?
The god remains have reached her internal organs. Under ordinary circumstances, I would give her less than 3 days. But if I were to treat her using a secret art...
But what would be the point of that? Dr. Baiju, I'm all too aware of the dangers of god remains. You are not the first to mention it to me. If I continue to sustain my own life using this wretched substance, not only would Jiang Li have to keep risking her life to make my medicine for me, but I would have to live with the looming threat of these remains breaking out and wreaking havoc not just upon me, but my entire family. I know for a fact that I should have died over a decade ago. The fact that I've been around to see IU grow up is already a great blessing from Rex Lapis. If my choice can bring Jiang Li back, then even if I,
Jialiang.
After cheating death for so long, it seems I've grown somewhat addicted to life. Traveler, Dr. Baiju, could I have another minute with my wife? I just want to have one final moment together.
Of course.
Thank you, everyone. And I'm sorry that I won't be able to repay your kindness in this life.
Jialiang. Baiju, Changsheng. Is there really nothing else you can do?
I am sure that over the years, Jiang Li will have tried all the conventional methods known to humankind. As for less conventional methods, I have little expertise besides Changsheng's secret art.
Mortals are fated to grow old and pass on when their natural lifespan runs out. If it were so easy to combat the natural processes of aging and death, Jiang Li would not have had to resort to unnatural methods. What a crazy situation! Jiang Li risked it all to save Jialiang's life, and now Jialiang has to sacrifice himself to save Jiang Li!
I've seen many final farewells in my time, but I can never get used to it.
In the human realm, all things must come to an end. Is it not a fitting end to die for a worthy cause? At least, that's what generations of masters before you have always believed.
The path they chose was indeed a heroic one. But when I think of those who would willingly sacrifice themselves for others, I cannot help but think that theirs are the lives least deserving of death.
When all this began, we agreed that once IU was old enough to help you gather herbs, it would be time for me to go. If you could only see him now. He took me all the way to Liyue Harbor to see the doctor. And he even got the Adventurers Guild to search for you. So, I know that you'll both be okay without me. I've said my goodbyes. My time has come.
As you wish.
It will eat away at both your cognition and your memories. In the end, you'll become little more than a shadow of your true self.
I'll take it. At the very least, it will allow me to stay with you. And...
Mom, something's really wrong with Dad. Don't fret, Ayu. I will gather some medicinal herbs right away. I promise you, nothing.
Why would these memories come to mind now? The longer we live, the tighter we cling. Oh, how I would love to hear your voice.
Jialiang! Jialiang!
Jialiang! Dad, are you awake?
Didn't I... Huh? What are these?
How does it feel to come back to life?
Do you feel strange or different in any way? If so, could you describe it to me in detail?
Dr. Baishu, I thought that I was going to...
Die? You did indeed. As things stand now, you're more akin to a zombie than a human.
I'm a zombie?
That's right. Before we set off, I asked Chi-Chi to prepare an elixir of immortality. With its help, you have been suspended in the space between life and death. Of course, this is but a crude imitation of an Adeptus art. I don't expect it to extend your life indefinitely. Whether it will keep you alive for a few days, a few months, or a few years, I am as interested as you to find out. But, however long you have left, I believe it should be more than sufficient time for you to say your final goodbyes before departing the world in peace. I hope that Director Hu finds this arrangement to be a satisfactory one.
An elixir of immortality? How'd you cook that up? Ugh. Leave it to you to work on something like that behind my back.
It's a work in progress that hardly lives up to its name, and it would have had no effect were it not for Jialiang's iron will. In the end, I am merely a doctor. I understand very little of the great principles governing life and death and the perpetual cycle of yin and yang. All I know is that if I'm presented with a life that deserves to be saved, I will do everything in my power to save them. And even this would have counted for nothing without Director Hu's assistance. After all, did you not tell Jialiang to show us the way before we set off for Qingsa village?
Oops. And I'm busted.
Without Director Hu nudging things in the right direction, we may not have found Jiangli in time.
No wonder he didn't mention the elixir back then. I thought he was being frank and transparent with me for once, but apparently not.
Director Hu told me to keep her suggestion a secret, but it seems nothing escapes Dr. Baiju's attention.
Never underestimate a serpent's sense of smell.
All I wanted was to help Jialiang find his missing wife as soon as possible, so that he could be on his way to the afterlife without any unfulfilled wishes making the journey more difficult than it needs to be. Leave it to Boo Boo Pharmacy to snatch the perfect opportunity right out of my hands at the last hurdle. Never mind. I'll just have to put it down in the books as a deferred consideration. One Chi-Chi was enough of a conundrum. The last thing I need's another one. If I'd known this was coming, I'd have whisked him off to the Wangsheng funeral parlor the moment I found him.
You stay away from my dad! When I grow up, I'm gonna become an even better doctor than Mom and Baiju, and cure Dad for good!
Oh, is that right? Well, you wouldn't be the first person who's tried to put Wangsheng funeral parlor out of business. If you're serious about it, you'll have your work cut out for you. Traveler, Paimon, I'll catch you all another time.
Oh, is she finally gone? All's well that ends well. If you ask Paimon, we should probably do something to celebrate this hard-earned family reunion. At times like this, a grand celebratory feast is in order.
It feels like it was a whole lifetime ago when I last talked with Zhongli and Ayu around the dinner table.
Yay! Paimon can't wait! Alright, first things first, off to the market for some fresh ingredients.
Wait up! I'll come too!
Baiju, thank you so much for everything you've done for us.
Don't mention it, Jiangli. I was just doing my duty.
Just your duty, huh? Baiju, Changsheng, would you mind if we took this conversation outside?
Now that you are part zombie, there are some rules.
Yes, ma'am.
First, don't forget to stretch your body regularly.
Yeah.
Now then. First.
Time flies. It's been so long since we bade each other farewell in Chenyu Vale. Changshang, you're the same as ever. You haven't changed one bit.
You, on the other hand, have changed a lot.
You're right. My younger self would have never imagined that things would one day turn out this way. Or that you'd turn out this way, Baizhu.
The doctor will see you now.
A bitter pill to swallow.
I've taken a look at your elixir of immortality. It's not altogether dissimilar from the poison I concocted in terms of the way it functions.
I have to say, Jiangli, it was a stroke of genius to use poison to maintain life. I hope you're not too upset at me for copying your methods.
No, not at all. With your intellect, even if you'd never seen my poison, I believe you would have eventually arrived at the same approach. But I'm still impressed by how quickly you managed to gain such a thorough understanding of it. Jialiang's still only been in your care for a few days. Not just that, you even managed to improve upon the original formula. That cannot be Baizhu, be honest with me. Did you try out some of the poison on yourself?
Huh. Told you the truth would surface sooner or later.
Life force isn't the only thing that Changshang's contract lets you transfer between bodies.
Nothing gets past you, Jiangli. You are correct. Besides life force, Changsheng's secret art also allows for the transfer of toxins and diseases. When I treated Jia Liang for the second time, I transferred some of the poison from his body into my own. Not only did this allow me to alleviate the burden on him, but it also gave me an opportunity to study its properties. There is no need to worry about any long-term consequences to my health, however. Now that the source has been destroyed, any remaining poison in me will have already dissipated.
But you took such a huge risk. If we hadn't destroyed the god's remains back there... What am I saying? I meant the reason I left our master and went into hiding all those years ago was that he was getting old. And I didn't want him using up any more of his own life force to treat my husband. But in the end, how were my methods any different? I risked one life to save another. And then you tried the poison on yourself, too. Are all disciples of Chenyu Vale destined to turn out this way? To live a short life, having given away our own for the sake of others? To fight relentlessly against the natural course of life and death, whatever the cost?
We are doctors, Jiangli. We ought never say that anyone's fate is sealed.
Baizhu, I can tell that, over the years, you've used the contract with Changshang to transfer many diseases and toxins to yourself. There are so many that, some of them, I don't even recognize. Can you still stop before it's too late?
I think you know the answer, Jiangli. Every one of us from Chenyu Vale believes in the same thing.
Hey! Food's ready! Mom, come and join us. The Traveler taught me a load of new recipes and said even Dad will be able to taste them.
Yes, darling. Mom will be there in just a second. Hey, slow down. Baizhu, I know I won't be able to convince you, but please don't forget that if one day you're not around anymore, Chi-Chi, Gui, and all the friends who have grown fond of you, They will all miss you dearly.
There's no need to worry, Jiangli. I know what I'm doing.
I can only hope so.
Baiju, what did Jiang Li mean by not around anymore? Every single mortal I've ever contracted with, including Baiju and Jiang Li's master, has passed away at a young age. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. You said...
It is a very long story.
Long ago, when plagues ravaged the land, one doctor made a pledge to rid the world of pain and suffering. But even the most ingenious mortal medicine could not stay the tide of disease. And after working tirelessly for many years, even his dearest loved ones fell sick and bade their final farewell. Legends told of an herb lord in Chenyu Vale who could cure any illness known to mankind. The doctor sought the herb lord, but found only a white snake, its breathing weak and its power all but spent.
Sign this contract and let our lives be joined. Then I will impart to you the secret art of healing. But be warned, this art will harm your own health.
With means beyond human ken, the doctor could now reverse the process of death. And yet, the time still came to say goodbye. Only now, the one departing was the doctor, his life force spent. His final act in life was to pass on the contract to his final patient, his favorite disciple. The disciple chose to dedicate their life to saving the lives of others. And generation upon generation followed in these footsteps. Since I inherited this contract, I've always respected the path taken by my predecessors and followed it myself unquestioningly. That is until I tried to use the art to save my own disciple's beloved. She begged me not to use up my own life force. She said that this art is a poisoned chalice, an evil and unnatural practice. She did not wish to sacrifice one life for the sake of another, when both were lives she treasured. Only then did it occur to me. Did I not suffer when my master passed away, just as patients' families do at their loved one's deathbed? Are not the lives cut short by this contract just as worthy of saving as any patients? What is this contract to us? Medicine or poison? Alas, I no longer have enough time left to find the answer. I entrust to your care both Changsheng and this final question. May you find a remedy for this conundrum, which has ailed us so.
Time and again, no matter how much I try to warn them or balance their chi, I can never save them. And you? What's your answer?
If I abandoned the contract and left you without a host, what would happen?
I suppose I'd spend my final moments taking a nice nap on Mount Yaojun. Then I'd be reunited with my old friends and your predecessors.
Then it's decided. If there's a life in front of me that deserves to be saved, why shouldn't I do everything within my power to save it?
Once again, it's the same answer. So be it. Close your eyes. Who knows how many more people will take on this contract?
None. This contract will end with me.
My contract has strict requirements on the host's natural temperament. All my hosts have been most pure of heart.
But when one with an altruistic nature gains access to this art, they are more seduced than the average person by the miracle of overturning the laws of life and death. Though they know better than anyone else the fate that awaits them, when faced with the sorrows of humanity and the pain of losing their nearest and dearest, they cannot help but reach beyond human means. They are like moths that throw themselves into the flame, seeking a glimmer of hope in a dark world filled with pain and suffering.
So, Baiju, does that mean...
I suppose that would make me a moth that yearns for the light, but doesn't want to be burned to a crisp. Cheng Sheng's art can transfer pain and suffering between people, but it cannot reduce the total amount of pain in the world. It's just like we witnessed. Either Jia Liang feared for Jiang Li's life, or Jiang Li grieved over Jia Liang's sacrifice. I have nothing but the utmost respect for my predecessors, who sacrificed their lives for their principles. But I do not wish to join their ranks, nor do I wish to pass on this contract to anyone else in the future.
Huh? But didn't you already transfer a ton of...
What makes a poison, poison? And what makes a disease, a disease? When it comes down to it, are not both mechanisms that affect the operations of the human body? If disease is defined as deviation from normal functioning, then who knows? Perhaps the true elixir of immortality could in fact be a kind of poison. Many may view the notion of searching for immortality in poisons and illnesses as a flagrant violation of the natural order. But to me, it is no different from the way our ancestors tested the medicinal qualities of herbs by sampling each and every one. I don't want those who come after me to lose their lives to this contract. Nor do I wish for Cheng Sheng to perish from losing her host. This leaves only one solution, doesn't it? Precisely. I will be Cheng Sheng's final host, and the tradition of passing down the contract will end with me.
Even the gods of old struggle to achieve true immortality. First you want to save others, then you want to save yourself. Now you even want to save me. You're getting greedy, Baiju.
But isn't wanting to have it all what makes us human? For a selfish moth like me, who's afraid of the flame yet yearns for the light, the only path forward is up towards the moon.
For once, Paimon just does not know what to say.
Dr. Baiju, Traveler, what are you still chatting about? The food's about to get cold.
We also have coconut milk for Cheng Sheng and Paimon.
Okay, fine. Let's go grab some food. Paimon has a bunch of burning questions, but they can wait till after we... I do envy Paimon sometimes. Eating her fill is enough to satisfy her body and mind.
True. And yet, although we call them simple pleasures, are such things as these not precisely why we mortals cling desperately to the life we have?